Again, welcome friends. It's a joy to be with you all this evening on this wonderful topic of yogic tools and daily life. The tools that we practice are so that we can go into our daily life with clarity, with concentration, with energy, with magnetism, with joy. Our meditation practices and energization and study and satsang and seva, they're not to be compartmentalized. They're to be brought into our daily life. And I have told this story, I don't think to all of you, but there was a time when one of Master's disciples had a very deep experience in meditation. And she came to him and said, "Oh, I feel this wonderful energy, Master, and these vibrations, and this happened." And he said, "Oh, very good." Then he said, "Now what I want you to do is go down to the department store and purchase some things for me." And she went, "What, now?" And he said, "Yes, go." And she went, and she didn't particularly want to go, but he was teaching her, which is what this path teaches us, to take with you a portable paradise of peace, of joy, into every situation. Now, that's not always easy. I certainly have my struggles with it, but we can attempt, and we can try more and more. And the more we try, and the more we meditate, the more we use the techniques, the more we use the tools of this path, the more we draw on Masters and the Guru's grace, the more we'll feel their clarity in all the situations of our lives. We'll feel their magnetism. Like is attracting like. We draw to us people, circumstances, situations. Sometimes it's just karma coming. I mean, all the time, let's face it. But if we can change the karma, Master said you can change your destiny. You can put out more positive energy to be able to counteract the negative energy that's coming at you in different times planetarily. Astrologically, there are times when there are karmic bombs exploding in your life, and they come and you wonder, gosh, where did this come from? But there are ways that we have tools, methods, techniques that are effective, that are powerful, that work, that are tried, that are true, that our Masters practiced themselves, that they taught as a part of our path to be able to take into everything that we do in our lives, to be successful, to be prosperous, to be healthy, to be well, to have friends, to have whatever we need in our lives. And so I think a difficulty I've seen with people on the path is they say, well, I meditate and this is my time over here, and then otherwise I go out and I shout at the people next door, and I'm mad because the man rammed his car into me, and it goes on and on. But there was a man who Swami Kriyanandaji met, who was, he said to him, he was a businessman, and he said, "My day ends when I come home from work. I take my bath, I go into my meditation room, and that's when my day begins." And Swamiji thought, what a waste. It's a complete waste of time. I mean, what about the rest of your day? And so yoga is for every moment of every day. And we try to be full in the meditation. It's like going to the petrol pump. You totally fill yourself up. We have wonderful meditations here in the mornings at the ashram. I hope you're having wonderful meditations where you are. But we meditate from 6 to 8, and those meditations are very deep. I don't know what I'd do without them. And you feel afterwards completely energized, magnetized. The vibrations of God and Guru flowing through you, their thoughts, their energy, their creativity, insights, power, Shakti, and you can go about your day. And so to take the tools into our daily life, let's not be mistaken. That's what the practice of yoga and meditation are for. It's not a side thing. It's for going head on, you could say, with all the different things that come into your life. Now, when I first came not onto the path, but I went to California University of California at Berkeley, we used to call it Berserkly because there were so many crazy people there. Maybe I was one of them, but anyway, we went there I mean, we experimented with so many things. At least I experimented with things that weren't that harmful. But I remember thinking of the topic of tools and, you know, in daily life, and there were various things people did, and I remember there was this mind control workshop that people were going to. It was called EST. Maybe you've been there, but I went there, and there was this huge hall of at least 500 or 1,000 people, and I mean, you had to pay a lot of money, and I just thought, I want to change myself, and I need some tools, and I sat there, and the man came out, and wow, afterwards I just thought, this is just not for me, and I got up and walked off, and it was just very confrontive. And then they had encounter groups at Berkeley, and you sat in a circle, and everybody told everybody what was wrong with them. And I said, I don't think this is right for me. I just didn't like it at all. And I did various things like that, and then I finally graduated and got out of that. And then when I got to Ananda village, you know, I learned the various things of Yoganandaji's path, and I was just enamored with him and all the energy he had and all the ways that he taught how to conquer your fears and how to be successful and how to have money when you need it and how to be magnetic. And I was always very energetic and very, you know, headstrong and willful. And anyway, so I got there to Ananda, and there were people who came through that Swamiji had invited who did various things for, they brought various tools, can I say. So one man, he came and he just stared into your eyes, and, you know, for a long period of time. And you know, I looked at it and I just thought, this is so weird. But I was new, I was maybe 22 years old, and everybody was going to him to sort of look in his eyes. And I felt completely like he was just nuts. So then I stopped looking in his eyes. And then a woman came, and she was, we called her the sound lady. And she had a box that had different sounds that came out. And I actually think her therapy worked. She worked on people with some grave illnesses and people with various things. But and the sound box was pretty nice. But anyway, at the end she said, all you people need to do is listen to your own music and chant Yoganandaji's chants. And then there was a man who came, he had cylinders, so you had the cylinder in front. I kept those for some years. I mean, we did all of these things. You could wear it on the airplane or whatever, and then there was a man who, he had lights, and he shone the lights down into your eyes. You'd lie back and he had the lights. He always gave me the blue light. I loved it. But after doing all that, I was experimenting, but that Master had so many, he had all those more. I mean, he showed the spiritual eye, how to hear the inner sound through their own technique. But the astrological bracelets, you know, is some protection. The Swamiji's music, I mean, we had the realization, this is the people that, he said, if you could do of what I've given you, tools for changing physical body, of you, the whole spiritual, to uplift you, to make you more magnetic, to make you successful. I was realizing that when he went to America, it was just, people loved him. It was emanating magnetism, spiritual magnetism. When he was trying, but he didn't just talk, he had the people, and that's what, he had tools it. He didn't say, believe in God, just pray, read it in a book, make specific tools. And when he had people exercises, he had the ammonium, he had for a long time, so just one chant over heal them. Some were able to take off their glasses anymore, some people with pains that they, various things happened about all the things. He had people shouting out the affirmation. One would do another one at that. He had he taught people how to meditate. Lift your gaze up to, and Guruji said, if they're sing, are you needing in your lit? Don't be paying that all of those people in the village, all it was passive. Change if you're passive. has to be will and dynamism. A psychiatrist or a psychologist or a psychic, to make life, you have to use given. That's what Yoganandaji techniques and practices to do it. If a priest was walking by in his garden, and he said, "Oh, how this garden is, then you to get should have seen it when God had it." And that's the thing, you can't do else. You have to put. And as when I was beginning on, I ate meat. I never really drank. My diet wasn't. I just started up and the fries and the steak and the hamburger. Not that now it's like ugh, that. But anyway, so I started the path. I was brand, and as I full, and I didn't want anybody. I just wanted to find out for myself. But yoga postures. That one of his. That's where I was born. Yoga postures. I like that. I just was tense living in Los Angeles. I feel kind of like that way here better. Growing up, I mean, it was like being in New York. Anyway, remember that postures, and I felt like, love it. It happened on its own. Diet changed. And on changing my diet, told me to change my diet, do the yoga postures. I do them every day at home. It's so much. And then certain foods, I took a year to change my diet. You know, I let go of this kind of each one. And then by the just because the techniques filling me. Man, you've heard the story, times he was the alcohol. But after a while, he just was so, he went into, he said, masters have said, tools. Focus on, oh, I'm overweight, oh, I need, focus on the practice. You find that where fears move because you're more uplifted. Yoga, the other vibration changes. In certain situations that may have been your friends, maybe your party buddies, you just don't really want to be with. And certain food, listen to the music, certain anymore. Maybe you used to go to, but you can't go anymore. So fulfilled, joy inside. And when the energy starts dropping, the master lift, keep it up. Yogananda's body beneath the neck, his head and neck. He was just in bliss. And, you know, practice, if it's yoga patients, if it's master taught, if it's chanting, and you find that uplifted, and then more. The yogi should be the upper chakras. Sometimes you feel, you know, energy go down. Then you just feel like you box, and you pull out. Navi Kriya chakras, or your Kriya practice if you have it, or Eva, and you just pull the tool, and you use rid of the darkness. Remember, Swamiji said Swami Kriyanandaji, 5 minutes, putting my focus strong eyebrows, and it was, and that's what I get. 5 minutes instead of I call my friends or whatever. Try it and say this. I got distracted, but that is your life. He said, look here, brows. This is your thought, your prayers you need, and call. And then concentration, not with the television. You know, television. Watch there. Turn the channel, and then you the receiving stage. This is where you feel the answers from the comment. And so you feel in the heart, weigh things. Job, is this the right person? And then most people remember, don't even try to do it. And feel in the heart, act, do something. A meeting, and you know, we at a certain point in our co-workers, I said, "Come on, let's figure it out." Most people get the remote control out. Go on remote or auto. Your life just races. You strongly call. Swamiji said when he was writing, he would call there and he would say, "Divine Mother, there's music now." And then he would write that song. Or sometimes he didn't even know. So what the answer is, when he wasn't enough, the answer was in tune and his mind was there. And I remember that to at different times, I said, I see people's clearer now. But it's like a thick curtain just getting going on. You can't see anything beyond the curtain. And then with your practice is thinner. And you're able to see through it, and then it gets thinner because your consciousness is more uplifted and more clear. Then there's just you can perceive and go beyond. Master would say, "This is my age of my house. This body consciousness is way beyond. Where is Babaji and where's the Master? We're only in these little. But as you begin to go beyond." The bodies of yoga, they're magnificent. I don't know where you find things like people talking and read back and forth, but what are they practicing live? And are they yama and able to go still the body and yoga, still the body beyond. And your life is one of with the infinite, God, attunement, inspiration, attunement with love. and people's faces. I've seen many of you I don't know, but I've seen who came to the Gargants probably at least the very first day, and I've seen in years. Complete. The ones who are dead, who various things print. I mean, pictures now. Class, but I took San Francisco. I was looking through my old pictures. Who is it? Me, that college school person. I just didn't want to have anything to do with all those pictures, and I lived in a place in my room house, and I took all, threw them out, and I just old life because I said, yeah, man, I'm not going to be walking forward into the life. You have to do. You have to be stern. Hang on to this, and I got to have this, and your old pictures just get scared. I mean, ooh, my. Our master said you won't self. If you as good people, people who love God. I mean, God. I mean, look at if you come to us around you in front and behind, they all are seeking the light. They're all themselves. They're all joy and love. That you start doing out, not thinking of yourself. The most percentage of the people. What about my house? What about my job? What about that's so sickening. Another way. What can I give? A wonderful story I may have shared with you at the park where I go. You know, very frail. The guy's pretty strong there, and you know, in the winter in Gurgaon. So I walked there just about my gloves, you know, in the cold road, you know, and everything, and I started walking. You know, there are so many people. I saw this little man. He was over the fire, and he talked to me before. Now, I'm a sort of, I say hello to people. Never really, you know, I saw him over, don't you have some gloves? And he says, I took them off and just gave him no, but it wasn't a big deal for gloves. You know, I went to the maid and, you know, whoever tried to help all the people. Anyway, I mean, sees me. Hello, man, this is so sweet. And think of how you can look in your closet. What are the don't need? Give your love and joy away. Swamiji said to a couple, enough to give a class of bliss, vibrations at Ananda. Even if, you know, who knows, sincere. certainly trying to channel the Master's energy, and you begin to change. You begin to take on the qualities of the Master, of your Guru, of God. Your face begins to be a face of light. The eyes begin to radiate light and love and peace instead of, attachments and desires, and I gotta have this, and likes and dislikes. And look in people's eyes. Sometimes you can't really look very long, like that man who was looking in our eyes. What do you see there? Swamiji said, when you looked into Master's eyes, he said it's hard to describe. It was like the ocean of infinity. And, you don't see that in people's eyes so much, but your eyes begin to change. Maybe your voice changes and becomes sweeter. Not that it has to be a high voice. Master had he was a strong voice, but that was the power of God coming through his voice. And, your posture will certainly change. You'll have more, Shakti moving up the spine, and you'll feel that. And so as you begin to use the tools, and I want to, before I lose my time here, I want to just review them quickly, but as you begin to use the practices every day is what I want to tell you. Now I'm going to give you an assignment because this has helped other people, but when I talk to people about doing these things, everybody without fail says, I don't have time. And I say to people, kind of in a humorous way, but I may end up doing this. I tell people I'm writing a new book. It's the book of excuses. Because everybody has a whole long list of excuses. I can't because, I can't because, I can't because. And they're getting older and older. Health goes bad, then they're in the hospital. Start today. And the assignment is take some paper, and on one side of that sheet, write down how I use my time. And put how much time you sleep. Too much, probably. How much time you watch television. Likely too much. How much time you socialize, party, whatever it is, likely too much. Write down everything. How much time on the phone. I see people for hours. This or SMS. And believe me, in the traffic, it's not a good thing to send an SMS or WhatsApp. And I hope you're not doing that, but that's very dangerous. But anyway, write down how much time you spend on these things. On the other side, write down how you want to spend your time. How much time would you like to be meditating every day? How much time do you want to spend on yoga postures? Maybe you're not doing those. How much time do you want to spend on chanting or listening to Swamiji's music? How much time do you want to spend on journaling, writing down your thoughts? How much time do you want to spend on going out and doing seva to help other people? And I bet you're going to find that and I did it with Raja Yoga and other Kriya preparation students. People found so much time, up to 5 hours, and I bet you can find even more, that was useless on the other side. If you just cut off an hour of sleep and put it on the meditation side, cut off a half hour of talking on the phone or shopping in the malls. There's way too many malls. Get what you need, but Master said the necessary necessities only, and put that time on the other side. And you will find that you will find time to do the practices. And the practices, I'll just reiterate, or rather say what they are for those who don't know. Every day, do some energization. Build your body battery up. Because there's depleting. Cell phone, computer, all the people, bad food, bad water, whatever. I mean, we're not living up in the Himalayas, we're living in the cities. You need to recharge the body battery with energization every day. I won't go more into that, but it certainly creates a circle of light around you, energy and magnetism and the power to confront various things that come into your life. If you can afford an astrological bangle, I would certainly recommend one, or a navratna or a bracelet. These are exceedingly helpful in today's world when things aren't very, it's not a very easy environment to be in. So you can be in touch with us about those if you're interested. I've shown those several times on the program. I won't show them tonight. Chanting, I would get a harmonium or some of the Ananda music and get rid of the music that's bringing the energy down, heavy beat, emotional music. And Swamiji said, I wrote all my songs in attunement with Om. with the Om vibration. So it uplifts you. And there's songs for healing, songs for purification, songs for expansion, songs for upliftment. But all the music, you feel a touch of light, you could say, coming into your life. Now, you don't feel a touch of light with all music. You can feel a touch of heaviness, a touch of moodiness or emotions. Also, if you can, we have a chanting group here, learning harmonium. Try to get a harmonium and learn it. That chants, it's so easy to play, even if you're not musically inclined. But chanting, Master said, is half the battle of the spiritual life. Chanting brings your energy up to the heart, and then you just have to bring it to this point. And we have chant affirmations or devotional chants or various ones, and Master said that he spiritualized his chants, meaning he chanted the chant until he felt the presence of God. And if you chant those chants, you can also draw that same presence. So chanting and the music, we have various pieces or CDs of our own chanting, of Swamiji's and Master's chants, and some of Master's, and so you can get those from here, wherever you are at an Ananda center. Practice Hang Sa to concentrate the mind. There's too much of the mind is wandering all over the place. I see people like kind of staring in the distance, and, you know, like they're daydreaming. I mean, why? I mean, get control of your mind. It should be clear, it should be focused, concentrated. Rajasi Janakananda was with a couple of the monks at, I guess, at Mount Washington or one of the centers in LA, and they were telling him some figures about something he was wanting to hear about. And so, you know, that went on for, I don't know, some time. But he was just very calm, and he meditated for many, many hours a day. And that's how he said he could do his work. And so they gave a number, a figure that was different than the figure that they gave before for the same thing. So he was very calmly sitting there, and he said, no, 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 that figure is wrong. You said it that way before. And that's what you'll find. You find people's minds are so jumpy, and they can't keep focus on anything, and can't keep... The yogi tries to keep driving home that energy. You're just going to the source. And if you're going off here and going off there, and you've got this pull and that pull, and pull it into the senses, it's going to take you a much longer time. So chanting will help, and then learn how to concentrate. Concentrate the mind with Hang Sa. Om technique will get you absorbed within. If you're not learning our practices and you want to, please contact us and do. I talked about affirmations, and I need to close here, but the affirmations change the grooves of your mind. I'll read something at the end, but all the old thought patterns and habitual thoughts, I'm tired, I'm restless, I'm this, I'm that, and even things you think that are good. I'm an American, or I'm Indian, or I like curry, or I like apple pie. If you get some good affirmations going in there, that'll just get some new grooves of thoughts. How about I love God? How about I'm one with God? How about Om Guru? These are the kind of thoughts that you want to get. The thoughts that come in the chants, phrases from the chants as well. They'll start going through your minds. If you work with chant affirmations or affirmations through, we have various books on affirmations, but keep your mind uplifted. Keep your mind up in the light, and you will find that negativity, fears. What I have found, to be perfectly honest, is there's still many struggles along the path. I think until you go into Nirvikalpa Samadhi, you'll be struggling. And you know, that takes some doing. But I find that things come and they go. That before that, hang on, you know, it could be weeks, months, years. So if you know, some difficulty comes, it comes, and then it's over. It's over more quickly. It's over like with a bang. And you'll find that that will happen more as you keep your sadhana strong. I talked about good company, satsang. The best satsang is being with your guru. Guru Bhais is fine, but guru is best. And one disciple said, Master, what if I, you know, I'm not with you? And Master said, meaning physically, he says, am I not with you always? Master said, to those who think me near, I will be near. Think to the Guru, think of the Guru, that he's guiding you, helping you. I talked of meditation, and the last thing I'll mention is the spiritual books. We have a whole table full of them. Swamiji wrote over 150 books. And I tell people, and Master wrote many books and had many books, you know, that of his teachings written. But I tell people, have you finished all the books on that table over there? I mean, people are going off and getting all kinds of books. I said, have you finished those books there yet? If you finish those books, read what you want. If you haven't, get busy. And so I would say, here's a wonderful thing, is every day what I do is I listen to a talk of Swami Kriyanandaji's. That's another thing. We have the audio talks. You can let us know if you'd like to get those. But every day I go for a walk, and I'm walking with Swamiji. I'm in his class. I'm just listening to what he has to say on a particular topic. And also I read something. We read after our meditation, before and after, something of Swamiji's or Master's. So every day, surround yourself in good company. Good company is the good books, good company is the music, good company is a harmonium, good company is spiritual friends, good company is right thoughts and actions, good company is affirmations and prayers, and you find all the tools there. And if you can stick with those, I think we will find that we will be free. But you have to do it. You have to use your own will, your own willingness. This man said to Master, you can do it because you're a master. And he said, what do you think made me a master? By doing. The devotee has to do it. And the other one said, he said, Master, give me your blessing. And he said, listen, my blessing's there. God's blessing's there. Your blessing needs to be there. God bless you all.